Good morning, guys. Rich at Rivera Urban Homestead. Let me show you a quick update on how the microgreens are doing, discuss what changes we need to tweak a little bit in our scheduling, and also I have a new surprise for you, so stay tuned. Alright, so got home Friday after work, and this is what I found. Looks like the center here is alright, but all of this is just laying there. Center's okay. And on the other end, same with the radish. That end is all just kind of laying down. This end is laying down. Center sections look alright. And even mildly with the sunflower, this end is laying down. Center looks alright. So let me know what you guys think. The ones who grow microgreens a lot. Is that more of a I did not water enough initially kind of thing? They did seem kind of light, these trays, so I did some more underwatering, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Okay, first up we have the sunflowers. As you can see, they are really full. This tray is packed. I've just been picking off seed holes, on these from last night and this morning just to try and get as many off as possible. But the sunflowers are looking good. They are growing. I think we are going to lower the amount of seed we're going to use because that just seems almost too packed in there. We finally uncovered the peas yesterday. Let me give you a length of them now. Look at how they look now. I'm sorry, I just uncovered them this morning, not yesterday. So this will be their first day under lights. So the peas definitely needed more time under the lights than all of them, than the sunflowers and the radishes and the salad. So we might adjust the peas and the sunflowers to be under cover for like maybe a full 4 days or something like that. So we'll have to adjust that in our scheduling. But they're looking great. Good uniform tray. Looking really good. They are so heavy. This tray is heavy, man. Moving along, we have the radishes. The radishes are starting to look good. Again, I had in the fronts and in the rears, if you can see back there, it wasn't like they were all laying down yesterday. I don't know if it was a lack of water. So I did water them, and it does look like now I'm starting to get this stuff coming up. So it might have been just a water issue. But all in all, I think it was just a little watering issue. So I think we're just going to have to really address that. I'm going to go buy a quality organic potting soil from the garden center, and we're going to try that soil the next round and see if we get a different production. But there they are. Those peas are nuts. I've never done peas before, but they're looking good now. We are supposed to harvest tomorrow afternoon. Obviously, they're going to have a couple more days. They might be ready. We'll see. We'll see how they're looking after today and tomorrow. What you doing there, Bubba?
I'm looking at the chicks, and don't use the flashlight because they might freak out.
I don't use the flashlight now.
Don't say
Hey, one went into the little house.
the juice box.
Yeah, the juice box house.
We even got a light, and today Daddy got new chicks for us. We only got 2 big chickens that are about to die.
Look at these little feathers.
What is this new addition to the homestead? Oh yes, guys, Tractor Supply had some chicks. I did have one of my barred rocks pass away last week. I don't know if I've mentioned it. Don't know what happened. I went out there in the morning before work to feed them and water them like normal, and one of them was laying out in the chicken run dead. So I only have 2 chickens now out back. So when I heard Tractor Supply, my UPS driver told me yesterday, Tractor Supply has some chicks. I went over there yesterday after work and grabbed some. These 2 are Australorps, and those 2 are just like a red sex link, the straight runs. So there we go. We got 4 little chicks. I just put them in this aquarium that I have sitting here. I put a red heat light in one corner because you want them to have the option to go under it. Don't put your heat lights right in the center or covering their whole enclosure. You want them to be able to get out of it or go under it if they need to. And of course they got their little organic starter non-medicated chick feed. I use the non-medicated. I just don't want to deal with the medicated stuff. And oh, back there you see their water. I put rocks in there, especially when they're really young, just so they don't drown or something like that. I've always done it, just a little preventative measure, I guess, for me. And instead of using too many shavings and stuff, I just use paper towel initially. It's just way easier to clean up. And that's their little brooder. They'll sit in there for a couple of weeks, and then we'll put them outside in a cage inside the chicken run, and let the other chickens get get used to them. And once they get all filled out a little bit, maybe in about another month or month and a half, then we'll incorporate them in with the chickens totally. So for now, they're going to stay in here for a couple of weeks. They're going to just get bigger. We're going to take them out and let them play around on the floor here with everyone when everyone wakes up. And Tyler's real excited. He wants to play with them. So we like to play with them because we like to get them used to us. We like our chickens to be docile, calm, and not stressed every time we go out there. So we basically, we raise them like pets. They like us. They come to us. They're not scared of us. And it just makes for a happier chicken. It makes for a quieter chicken in the urban homestead. And it's overall good for everyone. So 4 chickens in the making. Silly, silly little girls. That one over there is the loudest one so far. It walks around just chirping it up. I think it's going to be the leader. So anyway, I'm sitting here outside and I went to look at the sunflowers just to take a closer look at them. Let me show you all the little bees and pollinators that are on these flowers. Loving the sunflowers. All over. Loving it. Okay, climb over. Sit down.
I can climb up. Then take out. Okay.
Look at the little babies, Bubba. We have little chickies.
Oh, I like this one. This looks so adorable. You like their come in and...
Watch out for the little poops. That's why you put it blank.
Hi, little babies.
Hi, little baby.
What do you think, Bubba?
Today, Daddy got some new chicks for us because we only got 2 chicks left. I mean, 2 chickens left. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 chicks.
And what do you think about the chicks? How do you like them?
I like them. And don't tell me what color they're. Black, white, and yellow. Black.
What
white.
word would you use to describe how cute they are?
I describe how cute they are, like adorable.
Adorable. He's been saying adorable so much the last...
Because they look so adorable and cute.
Look at these little girls.
Our little makeshift playpen. Oh yeah, all kinds of things. We got a chalkboard, we got some foam board, the centerpiece of our table, piece of wood,
Ow.
a little sheet down for them, and bam. Now it's a little nice interactive pen we have for them. Alright guys, the morning has been fun. We played with the chicks, we checked out the microgreens. a ton of bee activity on the sunflowers. That is awesome. Now it's time to put in some work. I don't mean this kind of work. We need to go out back. I need to get all that wood pile picked up already and get it out of here. It's a mess back there and I need to be cleaning. So, I'm gonna go get to work. Okay, so that looks a lot better. We let the chickens out to roam around. There's only 2 of them, so they can't do that much damage now. So what did you get for lunch after such hard work helping Daddy? It's right in your hand. What are you eating?
Baby and chips.
What else?
Strawberries and
Doritos?
orange chips.
Orange chips?
And they're also got Doritos.
Nice. Thank you for helping me. It was nap time until they saw me. Alright guys, so let's go over a few things that happened today. First, the chicks. They're in their brooder now. Again, heat light off to one side, food, water. I use paper towel. If you have any other questions about starting chicks, any questions at all about chicks and how to raise them, put them in the comments below and I'll get to the answers for you. Also with the microgreens, my last video I was saying how I wanted to learn the rotation and keep rotating in the schedule. That's fine and dandy. I do need to learn that, but I'm kind of veering off of that right now because I don't need to really worry about getting them on a schedule because I'm not selling them yet. What I want to key in on is growing them to the best of their ability. So we're going to start a new set of 4 after we harvest these, after I go get some new potting soil to try. We're going to start a new set of 4 and we're going to just kind of let them tell us their schedule. So we'll do a soaking, we'll put them in the trays again, we'll cover them up, and that's when we're going to start timing. Okay, the peas, they take about 4 to 5 days covered. Sunflowers, about 4 days covered. Salad mix, about 2-3 days covered. So we're going to let the plants tell us how they want to grow in my environment. And that's how we're going to learn to, first of all, get a full tray produced, a full production of microgreens in the tray versus all that stuff not growing good on the ends. So that's what we're going to key in on. The next set of trays we do, we'll do the timeline in their world, how they want us to do it, okay? And I should be getting those peas in, microgreen seeds in probably this week. I ordered them I think Thursday or Wednesday, so once I get those in, we're going to do another set. Another thing though that I've noticed is they just look way too full. So I'm going to back down the grams. Being we measured it and we wrote it down, now we can look at that and adjust. So that's what I like. So we'll adjust them down some. They could be a little thinner. They are packed in there really tight. So we're going to just maybe 5 grams, 10 grams, I don't know. We'll look at them and see what we want to adjust down. And then we'll key in on that. And then we'll have a set grams. Okay, we know sunflowers in our system takes this many grams, radishes this many. So we're just going to dial in the plant's growth and production. Then we'll worry about trying to figure out a schedule later on down the road to keep that constant supply if I was to start selling them. So there you go, cleaned up the backyard. Tyler helped me, that was awesome. And now, I'm done with coffee. Now it's time to relax. I'm going to hang out for the rest of the day. Probably take the chicks back out after Tyler gets done with his nap and let him play with them again. And then we are going to watch some UFC fights on tonight. So it's been a good day, productive. Any questions about microgreens and comments on why they are if that was a watering issue. If you guys know, let me know. Comment below, like this, guys, share it, subscribe, and just help out the channel keep growing. So that's about it for today, guys. We will talk to you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Have a good night.